Captain's Log, subdate 200512.1. These rules of acquisition get steadily more and more absurd the lower down the list I go. I have a trading post away mission planned. I may have to see if I can use these to my advantage, as I seek to locate an Enterprise uniform, as my replicator is still down. I only have 1500 latinum strips, and 69 bars of gold pressed latinum. Let's see if I have the lobes for business. Oh, and to the person who commented their disdain at these cringy intros, lol, they're going nowhere. Before we start, there's a new video on Moisky Live concerning the government's new vague guidelines, and I will be streaming on Twitch tonight. So if you're interested in joining, please swing by, link to both down below. Today I'd like to talk about France. Yes, I can see them on a clear day, the white flags and the disappointment. But I want to go back a few years, 16 to be precise, to talk about what happened in France then and what has happened to France now. In 2004, France banned headscarves in public schools. The reason for this was that state institutions are supposed to be religiously neutral. The ban did extend to Christian crosses and yarmulkes. Skip ahead 6 years and France banned face-covering niqabs and burqas in public, framing it as a move to promote open and equal interaction in society. Some people, I can't imagine why, got quite cross with this and decided to protest, and they clashed quite heavily with the police. But to be honest, I did understand why they did it. France became the first European nation to pass such a nationwide ban. Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Denmark and the Netherlands have followed with national or partial bans. Others have local bans in some cities or are considering legislation on broader bans. The United Nations Human Rights Committee in 2018, so let's skip ahead many more years, did say that France's ban did violate women's freedom of religion and could have the effect of confining them to their homes, impeding their access to public services and marginalising them. Anyone else not taking the UN seriously in the slightest? I'm not alone in this. Good to know. I'm going to avoid giving a personal opinion on the burqa and niqab, because what I've noticed is it depends entirely on the culture within the country, but then also the view because of what others see on a more global stage. So some might be against it because of what they see happening in another country, and the way the UN has framed this is quite poor, because it implies that their religion restricts their ability to move unless they adhere certain clothing etiquette, which to a lot of people immediately makes them want to hate Islam because freedom, which is a very good reason to flay because it is quite a backward mentality to have. But it does go back to my original point of it does depend on where you are in the world. The burqa is not seen in the same light depending on culture and community within other countries. Although its origins is what a lot of people will latch onto, understandably so, and there are many videos that have surfaced showing people burning them after having had to be wearing them in certain countries and being treated like, I believe the word was chattel. Was it sheeple? I can't remember. So skip ahead to present. France is currently going through, like many of the countries of the world, a coronavirus issue, problem, pandemic, crisis, with more than 177,000 cases and 26,300 deaths as of Monday afternoon, which is the fourth highest in Europe. That data comes from the Johns Hopkins University. On Monday, France began its mandatory mask policy, as part of what the government has dubbed, the hugely popular government has dubbed, air quotes, a new chapter, end quotes, in its emergence from a strict coronavirus lockdown. Some businesses and schools will reopen, and people can now travel up to 60 miles from home. Yesterday, and I noticed on Thursday, I gave some very poor opinions when it comes to the coronavirus and masks and general stupidity, because I was only interested in the stupid, so I ignored the bigger point when it comes to freedom and how important it is. Some said the way to defeat the coronavirus is with healthy diet and exercise. Others said cyanide. And that's not a joke, I just wish I'd screenshotted it before it got deleted. Not by me. Others took the stance of, and then they went into the semantics of freedom, liberty, rights. And you're right to do that, because I clearly don't understand it, especially American. My apologies for being wrong, by the way. France's, though, is some of the most strict. And I'm not a fan of them, and I say that as a Brit with marginally more freedom than the French. France's current rules are so strict, I sit back and I have to marvel at the fact that they just take those protests like a pro. And they're constant. They had them last year and they got, with the yellow vests, I believe, they got quite leery. So how does this fit in with Islam? Well, now, because France is mandating masks for all citizens, people have started to ask whether or not this affects the ban on Islamic face coverings, to which the French government has confirmed that its years-long ban on burqas and niqabs in public remain, which many have dubbed a contradiction because of the face masks, with Human Rights Watch Executive Director Kenneth Roth saying that, "Can the Islamophobia be any more transparent? The French government mandates masks but still bans the burqa." Although, I would point out, the claims are vastly different for the purpose of the burqa and that of the face mask. The claim with the face mask is it prevents droplets from you speaking moistly from getting out, but also from people who cough around you from getting into your face. That is the claim. Not going to dive into that. I still want this Cthulhu mask, and I don't want it for any other reason than to have that mask, but it's far too expensive. But also I won't be drawn in on it because there are many conflicting reports on the purpose and the use and how actually useful the face mask actually is. A burqa is not used in the same manner, so the argument falls flat, which is the entire point, really. In France, if you violate the burqa and niqab ban, you can get a fine of up to €150, which is about $162, and taking a required class in French citizenship education. To be fair, the class is actually quite short. All you have to do is adhere to every basic French stereotype, including waving a white flag, that is your national flag after all, carrying around a baguette with a necklace of garlic cloves, I think, striped top going up to down, not across because we want to see your curves. You have to pee up walls and say zut à l'heure at an alarming rate. Have I offended the French enough yet? I mean, I could do more. I really could. The interesting thing about the face cover ban and the fine is that it does not cover face coverings used for, air quotes, health reasons. So the French ministry, has said that wearing face masks to prevent COVID-19 contagion will not be a criminal offence. I will leave it to you, the more intelligent, because I'm not that intelligent, to decide whether or not this is a smart move by the French or not. After perusing their new chapter guidelines, I just sit back and marvel at the fact that they have so little freedom, and the mandatory wearing them in public, no, I can't do that. I know the UK wants to make it advisory to try and get the rate of infection down low enough so we can get down from DEFCON 4 to DEFCON 3. Intentional misspeak there, hope everyone caught it. With this, I am very much interested to know what you think. So please do let me know in the comments down below. If I don't see you on Twitch tonight, I hope you'll have a fantastic Tuesday. And thank you all for listening. Oh wait, we're not done. I have an art contest, if anyone's made it this far. Yeah, I've got an art contest for this badge. It glows in the dark, like this. It's beautiful. I noticed that for the last 4 years on my channel, I've had the same channel banner. You can tell it was done in GIMP. Mim Headroom did a fantastic job on it. But I would like an update. So the contest is, as long as it fits within the size guidelines of YouTube, for a new channel banner. Contest runs for only 3 weeks. I will be announcing the winner on my 5-year anniversary stream. Admissions are to be sent to the email address linked down below. Have a great day, folks.